Hello, all of you darling beans out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ebon Sales Exalted, Season 1, Episode 35, The Shadows Crash. We shall begin with a recap by my wonderful boyfriend, Kerr.
Hi everyone, I'm Kerr. I'm the storyteller for this. And I hope to God we can survive this. So I am curious to see how my players are going to do. Also, wait, we're down 2 people. Wow, I'm
Yeah?
The two Wolfie boys.
I knew one of the Wolfie boys was gone. I didn't realize the other Wolfie boy was gone.
Yep.
So you hope to God that we make it. Which one? The Exalted Sun or Luna or?
The god of dice rolls, please.
Oh, luck.
Well, I guess since we're down 2 players, we might as well just move over to, Last Hope Rao.
Nice try.
Well, we do have Werney now.
Oh, there's the Werney.
Row at you. I row at you. I row at you. I row at you.
Except you're a wolf.
I
He's not the
will
right
you.
wolfy
I
boy.
will you. I will.
Actually, technically, right now you're a Marten.
I duke at you. I duke at you. I duke at you. I duke at you.
Speaking of, update your icon, please, and do your
No.
intro. Well, do it anyways.
Maybe.
Can I summon Screaming Geometry Angel? Yes, it is a possibility.
Jaffer has made me watch Evangelion.
Yeah, some of actually one of the Evangelions, one of the war stars in Exalted is actually based on one of the Eva units.
I'm gonna watch you, Evangelion. I haven't watched it yet.
So who wants to make
Werney!
that horrible charm?
Do your intro.
No.
Yes.
And yes,
Hello.
Jaffer 01.
Hi, I'm Werney Mal, and I play Ash Ford. He go a woo, and he's an Infernal Exalted.
I am Tochemay and I'm playing Gaueko Pelps, Solar, who is in a bunch of trouble today.
I think Jaffer was busy talking about Evangelion to do his card. So, I am Zim, and I am playing Nevis, King of Conquerors, a Lunar Exalted. And then I
Jaffer
have no...
says, hello,
Oh.
I'm Jaffer. I play Murder, the Liminal Exalted. It's my job to keep everyone alive.
Murder bird.
And I have no idea which one of you is on the left and which one's on the right, so figure it out. I don't remember who got which icon.
Go Gary.
Oh, it's me. I'm
Gary.
Gary. And I'll be playing Darcy and the funny voice in his head. Get your name Exalted of the summer variety.
And now Brian.
Alrighty. Hello there. I'm Brian. I play Cadus Zeno, and I am terrified at this moment.
Why are you terrified?
Probably because
The
they're
fact-
doing the recap.
Well, yeah, that, but then also the fact being that I saw Sarc just kill like 5, 6 people, and then the guardian of those people just walk up and be like, I'm gonna kill you.
You're
Happy fun
fine.
times.
As long as I don't get decapitated, I'm good. Oh wait, hold up. Never mind.
Oh, you're evil?
Eh,
So we need to
No,
decapitate you so you change alignment to good. Got it.
No, I'm
Nevis,
good.
I'm gonna need to roll an attack.
No, I'm good. I have the charm that'll keep me alive, even if I get decapitated.
I want to test this.
Please no.
Go for it, Ashford. Go for it.
No.
I'd like to test that theory.
Please
All right,
no.
Ashford pulls out one of his guns and aims directly at their head and fires.
No shooting your ally.
Ashford takes one of his guns, aims directly at his head, and fires.
No self-suicide.
I now declare Cadus to be an enemy of the state, an enemy of the Empire. Carry on, Ashford.
Let me double check this. Hold on, let me double check this.
Good night,
Giving
Merle.
the Neverborn more power.
Oh no. Horseblade has found something and he's gonna buy it.
Oh no.
He
And
found a Lotta.
Oh no.
You found the donation goal? Oh boy.
Let's considering what I know of what he gets, let's move on from this subject quickly.
Okay.
So I'm wrong about that charm.
Congratulazioni. Congratulazioni.
Well, I recognize the icon on that. Recap! Go ahead, Brian.
Alrighty. So we started out before we decided, you know what, let's go on an adventure. Nevis already sent out the Shrike. Nevis decided to also claim some territory to learn more about magic as well. And a recap from yesterday. Sarc-kun went with Ashford to figure out where the world tree is. They found out that the tree is moving really fast and it should reach the surface in about approximately 2 weeks. Jaffer was with them as well, while the familiar is helping the remaining people. I decided to just like walk around, talk with some people. When we decided to head out on the adventure, first we find a chasm. Nevis shapeshifts into a bird, carries us all across. Gaueko monkey leaps across. Surprised that worked. And then we find a tunnel blocked with boulders, and Jaffer used their magic to open it up using plants to move the boulders out of the way. And we get in and we find like 5 or 6 people, well, creatures with spears. Sarc tries to sneak past them using his dagger. Doesn't really work. Kills them all. We find the civilization. I had a panic attack while everyone else was getting a description because I just realized what we did. And then, because it's the same civilization that the 6 people were from, the Guardian comes over We talk a little bit. He finds out that the 6 people died. Sarc says, "Oh yeah, I did that." And now we're on to an angry essential god at us. I am terrified.
I mean, I think you're underselling it a little bit. They're stronger than gods.
Oh, we're screwed.
But hey, so are you. You're also exalted as well.
Yeah, I just reread the charm. I'm not safe from decapitation. It only works if I'm buried or being drowned.
I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure, Cadus, you'll be perfectly okay with the fact of you have an angry solar currently kind of bearing down on you guys at the moment.
Yep, I posted in Ebon Seals Exalted what was killed.
So, yeah. Sarc was trying to leave, and Nevis blocked his way. Telling
Jaffer
Sarc
says
that
murder has had nothing to do with it. He's just preparing to heal the survivors.
telling Sarc that he needs to face this individual. And even though the individual is not here, we're still proceeding.
I'm just imagining he tries to argue with Nevis. Nevis, you just bonk him on the head and knock him out with your spear.
I accept this. I'm sure he'll have arguments with it, but, well, you snooze.
He's not here.
Yeah.
He's not here, and I have to make a session actually work. So,
A steadfast supporter.
And we're going to, and Nevis is going to turn to Ashford and stab Ashford.
why would you stab him?
He was Sark's friend.
What?
No. We'll get back on track here. So, I guess with him unconscious, Nevis is just going to turn to the solar, or look over at the solar rather. Well, here he is. Though I would say not to kill him, as there has, unfortunately, already been enough bloodshed.
He's going to eye him. And you can almost feel the hatred radiating off of him. Like, he is furious. Before you see him sheath the very large sword across his back. Like, he just literally puts there and it just seems to hang there to his back. And he's just shaking his head. It's not worth it. I don't kill people unless they can defend themselves. It's dishonorable. If he could protect himself, it's one thing. Then I would consider it to be justice, but this is no better than what he did to my people.
Well,
He
then
looks
I
at-
suppose you'll
Okay.
have your fight another time.
Oh no, it's slightly before looking at you. So, you're worried about the shadows that are crawling on around below?
That is correct. This world is doomed, as I'm sure you've seen. We are looking to bring everyone from this world to another world. We have the option of putting this world into a gem, an orb, and adding it to our own. However, well, you've seen the state of this world. I think it would
Not
be better
adding to our world. It's adding it to our wild next to our.
Basically, you're like a country next door. You're very much separate, though, by a sea of chaos that will eat anything that goes into it that's not protected.
I figured we were literally attaching them to this edge.
Oh no, they would be further out. Otherwise, they disrupt each other.
Either way, I don't believe that we believe that the best course of action is to take the survivors from this world. We do have the means to find them and just remove this world altogether.
I still say this place is savable.
I don't. I say blow it up.
I'm stuck in the middle. I don't know what to say for that. Honestly, I want to blow it up, but at the same time, the people deserve to be saved. Like, try to save this world. I'm 100% just not gonna vote at this time.
The Solar is going to sigh and just kind of shake his head a little bit. If we can just rescue the other Exalted, I know we could turn this around.
As far as we're aware, there are no other Exalted. Yushan is destroyed. The Exalted have either been corrupted or just outright destroyed. Or
We don't know that.
Tochemay, as I said, as far as we know, these are things that were told to us by the god that we met.
He's gonna look up at you, Nevis, when you say that. They're still around. You can't destroy our exaltations. I know because I tried to save some of them before. I know where they're being kept. I just can't get to them. They're being kept trapped in stasis by some of the Death Lords, the rulers of these undead abominations that are prowling around creation.
Nevis, do you want to take out a Death Lord?
I suppose we can go ahead and attempt this.
He just kind of looks at you guys. If you could, you would give us a chance. Like, I'm doing everything I can here for these people, but I'm only one person. There's only so much I can do, especially when I'm dealing with the thing that's underneath us.
And we are a circle. We can work together to take out a Death Lord or more. Did you say something, Ashford?
Nope.
Well then, let us lead the way. Let us go. No sense standing around here.
He's gonna look at you, Nevis, and he's gonna look around. I can't just leave these people, Nevis. These people count on me to keep them safe.
Then bring them with.
That wouldn't be able to protect them against a Death Lord.
No, not that. It's he's gonna point up. Those people up there see them as nothing but slaves and animals. There's no way I'm exposing them to them.
I still say just bring them with us. RD would be able to protect them. We leave
How
them
do I
on
know?
RD. We leave them on RD, and we go in ourselves to deal with the Death Lord.
And how do I know that the people above aren't just going to try something the moment we go to take care of something?
Again, we are bringing them with us. We are not leaving them in the city above. I do not know why I need to repeat this multiple times.
What are you going to do with the people above with Vodak?
What about them?
Githamane's not going to be able to stand up to that thing once it starts getting up there. It's going to kill everyone in the city.
The problem is if we destroy that thing, we are going to destroy this world. Because that thing has absorbed the tree that keeps this world together. If you have a suggestion, I am all ears, but I have no other ideas.
He seems to pause before looking at everyone else.
If we could just have it eat one of the zombies with the contagion. It would get the sickness.
I am not certain that we want to make this thing a zombie.
Yeah, I don't think making it undead would make things any better.
Kerr, I have no idea what you're wanting from us here at all. It seems like you're fishing for some other kind of answer on things, and I have no idea.
I'm still on evacuate people and blow this place up.
More what he
don't-
was saying. Go ahead.
I don't know this world, I don't know this lore enough to come up with some creative plan for something to be done, because I don't know everything about this. The only one here that does is Tochemay, and Tochemay, all you're doing is asking questions about how are we going to handle insert name here, which does not help.
More what I was. Oh, go ahead, Tochemay. Sorry.
The problem with the thing that's still with below is that in the book, it's a death sentence to interact with it. No matter who interacts with it. There is no known way of killing it. Because if you do enough damage, it just reforms back below and comes back out again.
You need specific charms to actually be able to kill it. But
And my character wouldn't know any of the charms.
there's this I'm saying is a joke, but it's almost a reason why I put a solar here that could actively help you guys, possibly. But no, what I was trying to basically say out, and maybe I was not clear enough, was he's not opposed to evacuating his people. He's opposed to evacuating his people with the Githlamanes. Because he's not sure if the Githlamanes aren't going to just try to fuck his people over on the ship. Because he was assuming you want to evacuate them too, because you don't want to just leave them to die in the shadow that's underneath the city.
I have armies on my ship that will be able to keep the peace. I guarantee you my soldiers can handle whatever they may try.
If you can get an oath from the people above to basically treat my people as equals, then I'll help you. And we can see about getting my people out as well. Would that be fair? You help me and I'll help you.
Sure thing. Alright, back to the surface.
That is, unless anyone else has any ideas or such that they want to put forward and offers. Offers, questions, suggestions, anything.
Don't everybody speak at once?
Jaffer
One
says,
moment.
while we're down below, I am going to go the plants, growing, healing thing again.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to grab some water real quick. I'll be right back.
Be back in a minute.
dook, 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 dook. Dook, 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 doo doo dook, 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 doo 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 dook, 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 doo doo dook, 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 dook,
Alright,
doo doo
I'm back.
dook, dook,
Murder,
dook.
are you going to be using your charms? Are you going to be trying to be friendly with the locals? Like, what are you going to be trying to do?
Sorry about that.
Okay.
What'd I miss?
I was just asking Jaffer a question.
Jaffer says, same as above, charms and even leaving my other familiar behind here too.
Okay. Yeah, no, the people here would be looking at you with like absolute awe. You would also get a few people following you, and pretty much everyone is just kind of watching and staring at you at the moment. What about everyone else? What are you guys doing right now, too?
That's the city we were in, right?
Right now, you guys are in a little underground village. It's more just like carved rock and mushrooms instead of like farming and buildings. Very, very basic, just survivalist place.
Oh. Well, Darcy might have helped out with some smithing, perhaps. Or, well, no. No. He probably would have just regaled people with stories about his own world, about where he came from. Very flowery, if limited picture of a little wooden cabin on a hill surrounded by a forest.
Many of the people would be listening to you because none of them have ever heard of such thing. All of them have been living down here in the dark, in these tunnels and caverns.
Jaffer
So want
says,
to just
now
do
that I am
this.
on good terms with the people of both sides, I think it should be easy to come to an agreement to evacuate everyone amicably.
Possibly murder. What about you, Gaueko?
I so just want to do the exalted thing, and I punch the darkness to create light down here. The exalted sun shall shine his light down here once more.
What about you, Ashford?
I've got enough for a moment, so I'm just gonna stick around. I must be hanging around the Sarc and maybe I'll actually break off from Sarc and hang out with and follow Nevis.
Okay. And what about you, Cadus?
I'm gonna go ahead and interact with the people. I'm gonna be as friendly as possible and tell them stories from my home so then they're not worrying about a whole bunch of stuff that might happen.
Oh, yes, many of the people gather around you listening excitedly, like, even though they are what a normal person would call deformed or mutated. They don't seem that much different than you guys, other than the fact that, like, you know, their skin is like ghostly pale. They don't have any eyes, and they're a little leaner and very. They definitely don't look that human, but there are still traces of it. And they listen happily to your stories.
Yay, that's actually kind of happy.
Yeah, so you can see some of them like hugging each other. You can see a couple, at least you think they're a couple, like holding each other as they're listening to you, sitting on the ground. And you can see them smiling like any other audience might.
Yay.
So, you guys want to head up to the surface then again?
Sure.
After I'm done with my stories, I'll go ahead and head up.
Oh, Darcy loses trail of thought often, so probably I'm one of those. You end up making an excuse to leave.
Give me one sec. Could everyone make me an awareness roll, please? Awareness plus your best stat.
Could you repeat that?
Awareness plus your best stat
All right.
for attribute.
Here I go.
All right, let's see.
Gary, did you not
Oh.
select your character?
What's that?
Did you not select your character for the role?
Well, it seems not.
Well, maybe you should.
Okay.
And also, you need to re-roll those 10s.
Right, right.
Also, Cadis, you used D8s instead of D10s.
Let me fix that. Here I go.
So remember that 10s count as 2 successes and you roll them again, and 1s count for subtracting 1. And then you'll add up how many successes you have and put in the chat like we did. Like Murder and I.
Right.
And a success is like from what's up?
7 and up.
7 or higher.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. If I get 10 on the extra roll, do I do another extra roll, or is that just 2?
Yep. You do get another extra. They keep going.
Okay. It's 1 more. I also do not know how to select a character.
Well, I'm assuming that you closed the menu, so in the upper right, click on Player, then Characters, and you'll be able to select your character.
Oh, I see. There we are. Okay. Alright, please, let me double check the dice. Let me get this. 2, 2, 5, 5, 7, 8. Uh, 7, 8.
Welcome to Exalted.
Well, I think we got all of our rolls in, so
Okay, I'm just going through them real quick, making sure. All right. All of you, I believe. Yes, all of you succeed except for Gaueko. And you guys can hear a very, very faint rumbling and shaking. Almost like a almost imperceptible earthquake. Like something is moving and shaking beneath you.
Are we all ready to go to the surface?
I guess so.
Most definitely.
One moment. 1 second. as you guys are getting ready to leave, in he's getting ready to see you off as this little shaking happens, and he pauses and glances down towards the ground. That's never done that before.
Oh boy, here we go.
Artie,
Yes, sir.
send word to Ferris. I would like all people in the city above evacuated onto the
Run.
ship. Did you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was letting Tochemay's bit play.
Well, it's done.
Yes. I can do that, sir. It's going to take hours, though, to get this many people out.
I'm aware, but get on it. We need to do this now.
We'll get started. And can I have everyone make another awareness roll, please? Same thing.
Wait, what did you need us to roll?
Same thing.
Yeah, another whirl again.
Another awareness. Here we go. Oh boy. It was so close.
Just making sure we have everyone.
Okay.
We do.
Yep. All right. Gaueko, this is obviously the work of the foul undead that must be plotting to tear down your great empress, even though they're not even in this world, but somehow you know that. You know without a shadow of a doubt. This is obviously a plot to dethrone the empress and to throw the realm even deeper into chaos. As for actually what's going on, let's see for those rolls. Everyone else but Murder and Darcy, you guys can feel the ground shaking a little bit more, a bit stronger, almost like the sense of like something is burrowing or digging up towards you, and it's getting stronger.
Artie, send a regiment of my soldiers to this location to evacuate these people as well.
I'm gonna go ahead and draw my short sword at this time.
It will take at least hours for them to get to you, Nevis.
Tell them to run.
And as you say that, the ground begins to shake a little bit more. This time you can actually see like little pebbles moving. And the solar is like just going to, you see the color drain out of his face for a moment. I don't know if we have that long.
Jaffer
Everyone!
says Murder is going to start ushering people to evacuate, telling them to spread the word.
He's also going to join in Murder. Give me a roll, Murder. Let's see how well you can do this. This would be a presence roll to get them to do so.
The god bird.
The god bird.
I think he might have done a good job, but I'm not sure.
Murder, 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 murder. You think there should be chaos? There should be terror. There should be worry and fear. But Murder, as you blaze, your anima banner shining within the cavern, your voice rings out throughout the entire cavern, beckoning all to your side and to follow you. And what would have been a very chaotic and very long evacuation takes a fifth of the time to do. As he's doing that, though, the solar is going to move over to you, Nevis, and everyone else who is near Nevis. I assume basically almost everyone is there since you guys were planning to get ready to leave. And
Yes.
he's going to look at you, Nevis, as he leans down, touches his hands to the ground. I think it's coming. I don't know. We could make it, but I don't know about everyone else. As he looks towards where Murder is getting everyone and evacuating everyone over to you guys. We could probably outrun it, but I'm not sure what. I could maybe slow it down, but I don't know if I could kill it or not. Even then, there's no guarantee I'd be able to stop it. Just then it would go after them and all of you too. I can't just leave my people, though. We would need to slow it down.
If you wish to have your people surrounding you as meat shields, that is your prerogative. Otherwise, as their guardian, I would personally say get them out of here so you can deal with the threat.
The thing is, at that, he's looking at you, Nevis. I said nothing about making them my meat shields. I mean getting them out through these tunnels. I don't know if they'll be able to
be a meat shield if you keep them here.
I don't know if we can get them out fast enough. They're going to be sitting ducks in those tunnels.
Nevis is just going to smile. We are the Exalted. We do the impossible.
If we try to fight it here, we're going to be at a disadvantage.
Then let's make sure that the terrain is favorable to us. Nevis is going to shapeshift into some fast-moving creature, I don't know, that's not as big as he can get it to carry as many people as possible.
Okay.
And
Jaffer says
carry
Nova
as many
is too
towards
busy
the surface.
evacuating everyone to respond to the Solid's doubt in his abilities.
Yeah. Nevis, you'd be able to carry maybe a couple of dozen people, but there's at least a couple of hundred minimum of people here, like 300 or 400 people. The issue is going to be you have maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes. It was almost 6 hours for you guys to get the main to here. And that was you guys having to climb the tunnels, jump the chasms, and climb and such. With this many normal people, you're going to need to figure out something either to slow it down or to buy yourself some time to at least give them a head start to keep ahead of it.
What?
These people are people of the realm. I'm going to make a way out, take my Gormal, and slam it against the wall to make a crack all the way out.
Okay, Gaueko, go ahead and roll. That would be a close combat roll.
And this is going to be an extended action.
You have an artifact Gormal, don't you,
Jaffer
Gaueko?
says, good idea. As I left my other familiar above, can I form a portal between the two of them?
I don't think your charm works that way, Jaffer. I appreciate that effort, though. But I don't think your charm lets you do that unless it says otherwise. You'd have to check that.
I have a question about a charm I have.
Yes, go ahead.
It's stating as a cost I have to commit a moat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking on the sheet. Moats are just the normal white circles. Committing a moat would darken that, right?
Yes. Or you have dark and then you turn it to light. Either way, either one. You just have to keep it consistent with you. Usually black means you have it, white means you don't.
And committing it means you don't get it back the next
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, you're basically spending that essence, and you're constantly feeling that energy into your charm to keep it going.
I'm gonna go ahead and look around to everyone. I'm essentially just gonna yell out, "Who thinks of me as an ally?"
You did spend time talking to these people and getting to know them. So a lot of the townsfolk would trust you. At least among the ones who listen to you.
Because I think I'm about to go down, guys, if this thing attacks soon. I'm going to use my charm, Web of Veins.
Okay, what's that one do?
Commit one mote for the scene and select any number of willing allies present. The liminal knows their physical and emotional conditions for the scene, including whether they are wounded or other adversely affected. If a connecting character suffers one or more health levels of damage, liminal may spend one mote and one health level of damage to reduce the damage by 1. At Essence 3, spend additional health levels to reduce additional levels of damage. However, because I'm a soil nature, no mote cost for reducing damage for connected characters.
Okay, so yeah, you can basically channel the damage to you. Oh, oh god. You and Murder are going to get along very, very well. Yeah, so Cadus, as you do that, you extend your hand, channeling your essence, as you see just veins of red essence lash out from your hand, connecting your whole circle, as well as pretty much almost all the people here. Especially considering like what they learned about you from each other as well. You spent some time to gain their trust, so yes, you would be able to form a connection and feel like everyone. And thanks to Murder's efforts, there's no real panic or fear. They are all trusting in Murder and everyone else to keep them safe. As you set up this connection, you can now keep track of basically all of these people and make sure that they are okay and such. At least keep track of like their condition, where they're at. As Gaueko, what's your hammer made out of real quick? I just wanted to double check that. What color of jade?
Look at it again. It was Orculum, actually.
Oh, sorry, Gotham?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a tie or intimacy to the people of the realm?
Yes. Oh, wait. Let's see.
Or anything that you could say that you could count like towards this sort of intimacy that you're doing right now?
Yeah, the ambition, my major virtue.
Mm-hmm.
Unite everybody under House Pelps.
Okay. I'll pick that up. Gaueko, as you heft your hammer and blaze your essence into it, it's not actually, I'm assuming you're not using a charm here?
Correct.
Okay. You're not actually like using essence the way you normally would to feel your magic. But rather than that, you feel something in the hammer respond to you. Respond to your desire, to your action, to protect, to keep these people safe. And as your hammer slams into the wall. It's not just like a few hair cracks. The entire tunnel cracks. At least a good, 20 or 30 feet down the way. But the rubble doesn't fall. Rather, you can see it suffuse with golden lines of essence. And you can feel it, Gaueko, through the hammer, that this stone is remaining up and locked in place by your will. If you wanted to, you could collapse this entire tunnel down and
The
seal
realm
it.
must stand.
And inside the hammer as well, you feel something begin to stir. Though it is not fully awakened yet. As you unlock the first evocation of your hammer. Which will double all... Basically, you spend 1 mote, which in this case, the hammer did it itself because you just awoke it. You spend 1 mote of essence, and it will double all dice on any feat of strength or demolition and allow you to prevent that destruction until a later turn. It's very good for breaking things.
Or keeping things from being broken.
Yes. And as everyone begins to move into the tunnel, about halfway through, you begin to see things creeping out slowly from the ground ahead of you. Just like these little strands of silvery darkness slowly pushing out from the ground. And as they do, the ground just seems to dissolve around it to let these shadows flow up and flow back together. Hello, yes, it is me. I am the storyteller for this game. And towards the back, which is about 30, 40 feet away from you guys, Cadus, you can immediately feel everyone's terror and fear at this thing that's coming out of the ground. And you know exactly where it is.
Oh, fuck. Everyone! I'm going to try to shout, trying to hide the panic in my voice. Everyone, just stay calm. Everything's gonna be fine.
Well, seeing as how Nevis isn't needed for the evacuation, he's going to face the thing.
Do you guys have any cool anima effects?
Tochemay, please explain these things for the new players.
As your anima banners start to go higher and higher, you have different things that can happen. Like mine's an active right now. I can turn towards them and intimidate the thing using fearsome visage. which gives me automatic successes in attempts to frighten or intimidate an opponent, even if that opponent can't normally be intimidated.
How would you know
Uh,
what state your anima is in?
Basically, whenever you use a charm, it goes up by 1 step.
Oh,
Whenever you spend essence, that's when the anima banner will go up. They simplified it. They very much made it much more simple for anima to go up in this game.
and
So
in Exalted Essence, it should be around page 60.
yes. So for example, Cadus has his cast mark, and he has a glow of essence around him right now. But he doesn't have his actual anima banner flaring quite yet.
would it be on passive? Because I haven't used any charms at any point.
Correct. You would not have it going then.
Excellent.
It would just be the passive effect, which I believe is always active.
Oh, I'm not close enough for active. Oh boy.
Yeah, unless you're using that protective charm constantly, then
I'm gonna keep that going honestly right now.
And then your anima banner would slowly rise if you actually kept spending stuff into it. Otherwise, right now you're pretty much good.
Oh boy, hold up, wait. Oh, I can't try to cheat and use it on the enemy.
You have to be an ally.
Yeah, the wording is so specific.
Because yes, people would ask to do exactly what you were thinking of doing.
and you can use motes of essence on your anima banner.
Oh,
Ooh.
Just to
Oh,
flare
wait.
it.
Oh wait, my ability is for the entire scene.
Mhm.
My charm right now is for the entire scene.
Think of a scene like an actual movie scene.
Oh, it's gonna be staying for a while.
Yep. That's what I said. That ability is going to be very, very handy to have right now.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna drop easy, but I'm just gonna, while I have one hand outstretched, having the web of veins going on, I have my short sword drawn. I'm turning towards this thing, just getting ready for a fight.
Nevis is going to pump some motes into his anima banner to flare it and just stalk towards the thing. He is going to attempt to build power.
So right now, it looks like as you're approaching, it's still only small strands of this darkness yet. It has not fully formed or gotten through. This is not its main body. This is like its fingers slowly trying to push and climb out. But okay. That will be a joint combat roll. If you wish to move into protecting everyone else. Does Cadus, I'm assuming you were going to probably be joining Nevis based on what you said?
100%.
Okay. What about everybody else?
they're
I
trying to
have to
attack the
focus
thing.
on.
or right now we're figuring out like who's going to be joining the current defense and what everyone is sort of doing at the moment.
Jaffer says
focusing on the
Murder
tunnel.
is going to spend his anime and use Marrow's riddle to attempt to delay the monster for 3 rounds with the riddle.
Okay, Jaffer, can you send me the page for that charm, please? Just so I can check it out.
Page 82.
Thank you.
Oh,
Marrow's
this is page 80.
Oh, 80. Alright.
No, it is 82. Would you settle on one, Jaffer?
If you're using just the search page, it's easier to just type in 83 because it's counting the cover title, I think, as page 1.
It's not going to be that great. No supernatural bits, but... Murder, what's your essence right now?
All of us are at Essence 2.
Okay. That matters. Yes, Murder, as you speak your riddle and your banner flares, you feel the words hit this thing and just wash over it, and it does not slow down. It does not even seem to notice you. It doesn't even seem to actually like comprehend you as a living thing, Jaffer.
I suppose Darcy would join Nevis and Cadus with his fists in the air. Well, yeah.
All right. Ashford, what about you?
Wernie. Wernie! I believe he has fallen asleep. So I guess we'll just count him as not here.
He's just disappeared, gone into the void.
Got pushed by all the crowds. Oh no.
He's currently helping everyone evacuate. All right, so give me a moment. All right, so let's have a roll to see who's going to go first. Let's have a close combat roll. Close combat plus your best stat for each person who is in this. Yeah, I'll walk everyone through how this works. All right. The murder bird won you guys going first. So the way this works is in this game, when you guys roll initiative,
Gary, we are getting background noise from you.
From me?
Yes.
Okay.
so the way this works for our new players, for initiative in this game is very different than most other games. When we roll initiative, it's basically as team. You guys versus your opponents. Whoever rolls higher gets to start us off. In this case, murder. You rolled the highest, so you get to go first. And then once your turn is complete, you get to choose who goes next. So you can choose any member of your party who's in the combat, or you can choose my character. You cannot choose the same character in the same turn cycle. And eventually one of you will have to choose the shadow to go.
If
But
you
you
don't
guys-
need it first.
Yeah, if it doesn't die beforehand, which I don't think that's going to happen right now. But the Solar will be joining the combat with you guys as he draws his sword and steps forward. And he will be ready to go should any of you wish to have him go next. But you get to start us off, Murder. And right now, these are only very thin strands that have come out. And they haven't really done anything. They're mostly just kind of lashing blindly out. Do you not have to make a roll for that, as his card did not speak on my end?
I didn't even hear it.
Right. My bad.
So Murder will pluck several leaves off his jade vine and throw them at Nevis. They stick to his armor and impart green glow, transferring power to Nevis. I give Nevis 10 power and pass the turn to Pooh. I'm assuming to him, but I just wanted to double check. The card got cut off. Alright, so Jaffer's anima banner flares to full majesty. Before Nevis, you feel power flowing into you. You feel just a rush of energy, of strength, of clarity.
All right. Nevis
You also
is
have your
approaching this creature. He has, at all times, his Predator and Prey mirror active. So, whether this thing can detect him or not, or is aware, it still will perceive him as a predator of some variety. Something that it would fear. Let me double check one of my other charms here. What does... What intensity is... Like, how many... Okay, so he's also going to activate his Dread Tiger Symmetry. Commit one mote for the scene. The Exalt adds their essence in bonus dice and gains double 9s on any threatening actions. If a character has a tie of fear toward the Exalt, add bonus dice equal to its intensity.
Minor
the
or
bonus dice
major.
from ties do not count toward the limit. I believe it is a minor from the Predator and Prey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, it's right there. Cool. This is definitely
however,
not the page.
You can sense that this thing is not afraid of you.
So it just ignores my charm?
As far as you could see currently, are you able to make things Are you able to make things that are immune to fear you? Because I believe Tochemay can do that. As an anime.
Yes. That's part of the Dawncast power.
But I wasn't sure what type of Exalt Nevis is.
Full moon.
I think you're immune to extras, if I remember correctly. Like, you can just ignore or just murder extras with no effort, if I remember.
Yeah, we just haven't had that at all useful. Because nothing we've come across has been an extra.
I mean, you have encountered just basic soldiers that haven't been able to hurt you. That has happened a couple of times before on the early islands. Because you liked teasing me a couple of times about that ability.
Well, yes, because it was written as nameless, and I kept teasing you when you didn't come up with a name for things, so you came up with a name and thus negated my,
That was more a joke on just basic, normal soldiers. So basically, anyone who wasn't like a main character or a very, very important to a scene or plot.
Yeah, Zim, your active at full essence is you add your essence in automatic successes to any force or fortitude roll that is not an attack. This applies to build power actions and gambits as an exception. That's the active.
I'm aware of that.
Iconic.
I've already been given full power, so it's completely useless to me right now.
But yes, right now, as far as you can see, this thing is not reacting in fear to you. It doesn't seem to have really noticed that you exist yet, but that's probably because, like, these thin strands aren't its full body. It's still trying to push through. The ground is still shaking. It hasn't really taken the time to assess anything as a threat to it.
I will... The only thing that I have that'll help here is close combat excellency. So I suppose I will use that. And just swing at it with my spear.
Okay. Then you may make your close combat roll.
Seven.
Okay. Do you have any special charms at all that affect spirits or anything like that?
Nothing of the variety that you are insisting I need.
I was just wondering if there was anything else that you might have had, because I know you have like your sorcerer sight. So I just wanted to double check
I
and
have
such.
spirit cutting glance, but you said before that it doesn't work.
Let me check spirit cutting glance just to be.
You have spent a lot of time tearing down everything that I could do.
Let me double check this chart real quick. Let me double check.
Spirit cutting glance. Commit one mote for the scene. The Exalt can see dematerialized characters that are present in the scene. The Exalt may attack dematerialized characters as if materialized.
Okay. No, I just wanted to check. So you would hit it. It is not able to dodge or really do anything at this moment. So, how much power do you wish to use on the blow, since I was assuming you're going to try to actually hurt it?
Might as well use all of it.
Okay. So that's going to be 10 plus... That's going to be 16 dice of damage that you get to roll against it.
Whole whopping 3. Because we can't use will to re-roll, can we?
There is no willpower in this system now.
Well, there is will, but...
That's for sorcerers.
Right.
Nevis, your blade slashes and cuts and severs one of the full tendrils of this thing. And that gets its attention as these milky, shadowy tendrils as they hit the ground melt and float back down into the cracks. And there's about 2 or 3 other, looking around, 3 others right now of these very thin tendrils that have broken through so far. But you were able to cut down one patch. At least for now.
Yay! Who else is in the combat?
That would be Cadis, Darcy, and our solar friend right now.
I'll pass it to Cadis.
Oh, yippee.
Good luck.
I'm going to go ahead and, as normal, as like Nevis and everyone else has done, I'm going to try to strike at it. Try to take out one of his grasps onto here. Try to force his body up, essentially.
Do you have an artifact weapon, Cadis?
I do not.
Yours is just a normal sword.
Oh, wait, I have a Hearthstone.
That will not work. Real quick, Cadis, before you make your attack, could you roll me a where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Could you roll me an awareness roll, please, with your best stats?
Of course. Oh no. Anything greater than a 7.
Correct.
Oh no, that's a 3.
Still
Three
success.
That's a success. That is a very good success, actually. Cadis, before you make your attack, you see some of these tendrils right after Nevis cut through the first strands. You see some of the other tendrils lashing out like it wasn't feeling so hot. And you see those tendrils bite into the stone and the buildings and some of the makeshift little items they've put together and just eat through it as they cut through it like a hot knife through butter. You have the feeling right now, if you or it or your sword touched those, it would eat through them too. Nevis's weapon worked because it was an artifact. It was immune to this thing's touch. But you feel like your weapon would not be as lucky. You would get one hit, but your weapon would not survive contact with it.
Oh boy, looks like I'm just standing back. I'm just gonna be the shield. Oh boy, here we go.
Is there anything you would like to do or try to do? Anything you could think of that you might want to experiment with or try? I will also allow you to delay your turn to the end before this thing goes, so you can have time to think about it.
I will say
It's
there
all
are
possible.
ways that you can Generate power for others or help them, from what I know. Maybe
Yes,
I'm
you
wrong.
could try. No, you are correct. You can try to generate power for others depending on the way you want to try to do that, like directing someone in a fight, studying a creature and watching for weak points. Like all of those are ways you can gather power either for yourself or for others.
I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'll go ahead and gather power. I'm just gonna keep an eye, see what all I can figure out on this creature. See if there's like any weaknesses I can see.
All right. Cadus, go ahead and make me another awareness roll then. And you can gather power either for yourself or you can split all your successes among your party members as you see fit.
Alrighty, here we go. I got a 3 on that, so I'm gonna go ahead and split it off for.
One's takeaway.
Yes, one takeaway.
Oh, I only got a 1 then. Oh shit.
So you get one. You gathered one power that you can keep or give to someone.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this to Nevis at this point.
Okay, Nevis, you will gain one power.
Thank you.
And I will pass off to.
Right now you have Darcy, and you also have the Solar.
I'll go ahead and pass off to Darcy at this time.
Excellent. Let's see. Could I transfer motes to another person as a form of building power for them?
Not unless you have a charm specifically for transferring motes. There are specific charms that allow you to do that.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. And Darcy will also try and see try and understand the creature's strategy. Let's see if the tentacles follow any particular patterns.
Okay, that will be a awareness roll plus your best stat. Plus your best attribute, sorry.
That's a 0 then. Well, I guess the Solar's going next.
Alright. So, it is going to be his turn. Let me check something real quick just to make sure of everything. Alright, so. Alright, let's go, baby, let's go. As the Solar sees all of these tendrils bursting forth from the earth, as he watches you, Nevis, lash forward almost faster than the eye can see to strike down some of these things and dissolve them back into the ground from whence they came. A sense of almost calm begins to fall over as he starts walking forward, reaching up to slowly draw his blade from his back. And as he walks with every step, the sword begins to brighten. Brighter and brighter and brighter. And as he does this, each of you begin to feel like even you, Gaueko, who is standing apart from everyone else in Ashford, as you're currently working on getting the tunnel ready to collapse behind these people, and Ashford is making sure that no one falls behind. You two can feel like it's almost like falling under the first light of dawn, that warmth as the sun first touches your skin after a long cold night. And he stops and hurls his blade up into the air. And as it spins, it begins to blaze even brighter.
And I have to say the stupid thing. And all these people that we're protecting are creatures of darkness, and they go up in flames.
No, they are not. They are not creatures of darkness. I will give you a cookie for that, though.
Generous
5, yay.
bestowal.
Taldarius tipped $20. I can't give much, but I'll chip in for this less than 3.
Thank you, Taldarius.
Darius, thank you so much for that tip and helping out the channel. The first
We
tier
appreciate
has
it.
been completed.
Yay. Okay, so that's going to do something for you guys next turn then. Okay, not much, but it's going to do something. And as he hurls his sword up into the sky, he just looks at this darkness that's starting to creep out. I have to go into speech mode. Give me a moment. I gotta get into the right mindset here for this. Okay. Have to get into the right mindset here. As his sword reaches the zenith of his throw, it suddenly ignites into a blazing sun. And all of you can feel magic essence suffusing into your weapons, or in Darcy's case, into his hands and arms and legs. It is strength. It is power. It is certainty that you are fighting on the side of creation, and that creation is fighting with you. And as this power washes over you, he begins to speak, his voice carrying across through the entire cavern as if you were standing right beside him. I am the Solar Lion's Pride, defender of these people, hero of creation, and I will not fall here. And at his declaration, you hear the sound of a lion's roar go out, as from that blazing sun hanging in the sky, a golden path begins to lance down towards him. And a massive lion, carved from gold, comes racing down the path, the sword he had thrown in its mouth. And as it gets down to the earth, it leaps forward towards him, throwing the blade up, as its body seems to open up and twist, as he reaches his arms out. And the lion seems to split at the last moment, different pieces attaching to his body before the lion's head closes over his own. And he reaches up and catches the blade before slamming the tip into the earth. A great aura of essence blazing from the blade, as all of you can feel suffused with essence and power, washing into you once more. Please, everyone who is in the
dankest dungeon.
Taldarius tipped $5. Well, after that speech, how could I not complete the Dono tier?
Darius, thank you so much for that extra tip. Tier 2 has been completed.
Please, everyone who is in this current battle, add 6 power to your sheets. And that will be his turn, as this thing is going to attempt to lash out at Nevis. It's still not fully out right now. Pretty sure that's a failure, Nevis. Go ahead and roll your either close combat or your athletics if you wish to dodge. Parry or dodge.
I mean, I actually have a few charms.
It only has 1 success. I don't know if you really need to burn a charm here.
I mean, it's not really burning a charm. Especially when I use a charm like Swift Counterattack.
This is fair. So, what you see, Nevis, as this thing attempts to go after you. The tendrils that you had just cut down have basically regrown, and they have formed into a blade that is now trying to skewer you. But it looks like it's still struggling right now.
Well, I'm not so sure how well I can swap places with it, but it does lower the hardness by 1.
Okay.
As though it had been the subject of a withering attack.
Okay.
So I do technically need to make a roll?
Yes. You just have to beat 1
Close
success.
combat. Okay. With that many ones? I matched 1 success.
Alright, so thankfully, let me have a dice pool real quick. Nevis, as you move to lash out at it, to counter it, the blade suddenly twists, and where it was once coming basically straight down at you at a right angle, its blade had basically twisted at a 45-degree angle, gone down, and then tried to jab upwards towards your head. However, in a flash of golden essence, the solar appears right beside you, and you feel a suffusion of essence blaze through you to not give up, to keep fighting, no matter how hopeless or dark it may seem. And together, both you and him, spear and sword, lash up and strike through this blade as you are able to successfully counterattack it as he appears at your side.
Who's appearing at my side?
The solar.
Okay.
Yes, he has charms for this. And that's one of the ones he set up with this. Technically evocations, but
No tomato. And here's where I pull out Perry and use his charms.
I wasn't sure if you had any special effects that trigger on a successful defense, Nevis.
Possibly. Okay, yes, I do. Flow like blood. The Exalt adds 1 to their defense against attacks at close range and steals 1 power from their attacker after successfully defending. First, generate power from the attacker's overwhelming rating, then steal power. And as a lunar, if the lunar successfully defended, they steal the attacker's overwhelming rating in power.
Alright, you would gain 3 power then, Nevis.
Q. I am maxed out on power now.
Alright. And let's see. It will choose Cadus to go next.
I'm just gonna look around like, I can't hit that thing. I'm just gonna keep an eye for the weakness.
Cadus, with this new suffusion of essence, your sword is blazing with a golden light.
And since you're new to Exalted, I will say, you can call upon the god that is over Gethmain to help.
She might be able to help. But right now, Cadus, your sword is blazing with golden essence, and you can feel and know, not just think, but know that your sword, it can hurt it now.
I want a kill. I'm moving in. I'm going for that blow now. I'm gonna full send swing this sword straight at it.
Alright. So that's going to be a close combat plus a plus your best stat. And then any charms that you might want to add on that if you have any combat charms.
Do I also gain a... Because I'm looking on my I'm looking at the character sheet. For the attack, it would be close combat plus the strongest plus whatever weapon I'm using if it has
Yes.
benefit.
Yes, plus your accuracy for the weapon.
Alrighty, I don't have any attack charms. That's actually kind of sad.
Don't worry, this thing is right now. It's not near. You don't have any attack charms. I think you're okay. All right, Cadus, you get to roll 12 dice.
Yeah, close combat was 4.
You had 1.
Yeah, it's the...
Oh, 6, 5. You have 5 successes, so you get to roll 13 dice of damage.
And it's just the D10s.
Yep, always D10s for this game. Always D10s.
Oh, no, that didn't make it. Oh, I gotta re-roll that. Darn it.
This thing does not have super high soak, but it doesn't really need it.
Reroll the 10s?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't forget the hardness was lowered.
Yes. Hardness is the amount of power you need to actually make an attack that will hurt it. Which, because of that, actually, you allowed Cadus to actually do damage to it.
That's... What?
That's 8 successes, I believe.
Yes, it is 8 successes.
Cadus, your blade blazes brighter and stronger than you've ever had it as you swing it and you just slice through 2 of these groups of tendrils as if they were nothing but wheat before you. And this time when you heard it, Cadus, you hear like 10,000 voices shriek. And the ground suddenly begins to shake and shudder. And ahead of you, in one of the areas that's already been evacuated, the ground rises and shatters as a great flood of darkness begins to pour upwards.
I don't like that.
And you can see dozens and dozens of tendrils lashing around. And you can hear a million voices talking at once, saying all different words. It's impossible to make out what it's saying, what it's doing. And
But the darkness can't get close because 2 solars radiance.
yeah, it doesn't like that. It like the fact that it's braving the sunlight that's in here, you can see its body is rippling and kind of searing, but it seems more angry at you. Specifically you, Cadus, than it is towards the sun that's blazing in the sky right now. And you realize instinctively you actually hurt it. Nevis had hit it, but he hadn't been able to actually harm it yet. It just would regenerate. This actually seared it away and cauterized the wound almost, is the easiest way to put it in a term you would understand.
I'm gonna look towards everyone with fear as I'm hearing the voice. I'm like, oh boy. And I think I'm gonna pass from there to... Shoot, who all is available at this time?
It would be the Solar, Nevis, Murder, and Darkseid.
I'm gonna pass to Nevis. Just like, oh boy, and just there.
Alrighty. Well, still no charms, but I do have 10 power again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going for an attack.
Okay. Yeah, no, this time its full body is out now. And this thing is huge. This thing is ginormous. It is filling the cavern and having to spread out its body because of how large it is. And you're not sure if this is like its full actual body or if there's more still underground.
I mean, you just said the full thing was out.
I mean, like, its main body is actually out, but you don't know how large it actually is. Right now, it looks like just literally like a mess of darkness at the moment. Like, solidified, silvery, liquid darkness that has dozens of tentacles coming out of, like, a main body at the moment. It hasn't formed into anything yet. You don't know how large it actually could be, how far it goes underneath versus what you're seeing here.
All right. Well, Nevis is going to go for an attack.
Okay.
He is going... Is there anything resembling a face?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Then we'll just cut it... We'll continue trying to cut it from the base. At the worst, it might fall. So he's just gonna do a spinning maneuver with his spear and just kind of slice through the bottom down here at the ground.
Okay.
I guess I'll just roll. $11.
Will try to defend itself for this time because it has realized you guys can hurt it. You will hit it, Nevis. And you will get to roll 11 dice of damage.
Sweet. Should I do a speech first? Let's see how horrible this is. Oh, a botch. Glad I didn't do the speech.
What's your weapon's overwhelming rating?
3.
So you will still do 3 damage to it.
Oh, okay.
Overwhelming will always do that much unless a charge
Something
or
like my
defense
counter. Okay.
can slow that down in essence. So you will still get the 3 dice of damage. Or the 3 levels of damage to it. Because it can't reduce that because of what you're doing. Or not you, but is being done. However, when you slash it, as you put your whole body into it and your spear digs into it, you're only hitting a tiny chunk of it. And yes, you are hurting it. You are very much hurting it right now. But you're just causing a small amount of damage, so to speak. If that makes sense.
Yes.
With how big this thing is, it doesn't seem that bothered by the wound, but it seems more pissed off at the fact that it actually is feeling pain, and it's hurt by this.
Even in the darkest of nights, the moon's light still shines through the shadows. And I'm going to pass it to murder.
Jaffer says, Murder will use the Regan mote and the already stored power and transfer it all back to Neves. Back to 10 power for Neves.
Alright. As that power once more flows back to Nevis.
Is it time for me to collapse that part of the tunnel yet?
This
Jaffer
is still the
says,
actual
"Until
cave
people
itself.
start getting hurt, it's all I can really do. Pass the turn."
Well, I guess it would be to Darcy then. Only one left.
Sad solar noises. Oh.
I thought the solar went already.
No. No, he has a charm that allows him to help protect you. He went last on your guys' turn cycle before.
So we got all that power from.
Well then, Jaffer, who are you passing it to? Darcy, we're getting some weird background.
You're grabbing your microphone. Sounds like.
I was adjusting it, yes. Sorry.
Jaffer says solar last again.
Okay. So Darcy, it is your turn.
Alright. Does Darcy feel the warm protecting glow on his bare fists?
Yes.
Okay. So Darcy, with a bit of a wicked look in his eye, is gonna go and punch that wound that Nevis just made. He's gonna punch his fist right in there. And he's gonna use... Actually, can you use the many attack technique to build power as well? I know you can do like light attacks to build power, but...
Yes, you can try to build power if that's what you would like to do.
Can I use the many attack technique to do more, even more?
What does it do?
It just gives you an extra attack.
If it just gives you an extra attack, yes, you could attempt to.
Spend 2 motes on step 1. After resolving a close combat attack, the character makes a second close combat attack against the same target or a different one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that would work.
Alright, great. So he's just gonna punch it in the wound with his glowy fists.
Alright, so that'd be a close combat attack.
Mm-hmm. Whoops, wrong dice. Okay, there they go. Okay, good. Alright, it's a 2. For the first one. Should I just roll for the second one, or?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. That's 3. For the second attack. And 2 motes gone.
Let me see. It's going to use that ability, so... Okay, will not suffer penalties and gain that instead. 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3. 6. Okay, that'll be the first, so give me a sec. This will be the second attack, as it's using this ability it has. So, for both of your strikes,
Yeah.
as your fists try to strike at it, this time it seems to realize the threat as a dozen tendrils try to lash out at you, Darcy, and you're forced to go more on the defensive and lash out and break them rather than getting into its main body. You're able to do like maybe minuscule amount of damage, but not enough to really be noticed, as it's able to force you back before your punches and kicks can really get into its main body and actually sear into it like it did with Nevis.
Darcy laughs a bit as he's quite entertained by the many tendrils he gets to punch and break.
Oh yeah, you definitely like when you hit all the tendrils that you hit did not regrow, did not regenerate. So you were doing a little bit to it, just you weren't able to get like to its actual body to really bring any physical damage to it.
Darcy's having a time. He's having a great time doing this. It's like whack-a-mole. Do I gain any power from that?
No. You gain. No, you did not. You did not make any successful attacks. Yes, you were not able to penetrate its defenses. You were only able to actually basically like chip damage, because that's the way I'm flavoring it for this.
Alright then. I suppose it would be the Solar's turn then.
Alright, so
I have this silly little thing I want to do.
Sure, you can interject, Gaueko. That's fine.
I'm going to stare directly into the maw of madness and use my anima effect, Fearsome Visage.
Okay.
Dawn adds their essence in automatic successes to attempt to frighten or intimidate an opponent, even if that opponent cannot normally be intimidated. Any gambit based on fear or intimidation have their cost reduced by 1. Down.
Okay.
Bad. And so that's going to be presence and finesse.
I don't think you're going to be able to succeed, but go for it. This is what Exalted do. You put the fear of God into things that don't even know what fear is.
And that's a 0.
That's a 1. That's a 1 success.
It's 1.
Alright, let's see if it botches. Let's see if it botches. This is where chat basically throws in everything to give me a screw up. All right. You do not put the fear of God into this thing. It doesn't, like, it. Your words seem to have effect for a second, but it doesn't really seem to care after that.
And back to working on the coal mine all the live long day.
Dun da 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 da. All right. So then, it is the Solar's turn. What is he going to do? Yeah, you guys have exposed the main body. So he would probably try to do that to get us some time, I think. Okay, yeah, this is going to burn out a lot of his essence to do, and you can only do this once per scene. But I think it's going to be worth it if it means getting us time to get away.
And essence comes back so fast in this one.
Mm-hmm. The issue is you can only use this specific ability once per scene. This is his major evocation. That I actually built this with Sarc in mind, but also as a catch-all in case, like, you know, the emergency oh shit happened and you guys decided to fight this thing instead of run. Because things are about to get a lot worse for you guys on its turn. Let's see. Okay, so you see him staring at this thing before his hands tighten, both of them holding onto the hilt of his blade as he bows his head, almost as if in prayer, as he focuses. And you see his anima banner that had been blazing, a roaring, majestic lion, begin to flow into the blade. And slowly he lets out a soft breath. Your will. My holy sword is the embodiment of the sun. Under the unconquered sun's command, I will burn all on the surface to the ground. The blade of this holy sword is a copy of the sun itself. O unconquered sun, holy sword of the stars, swing once again as he draws it up, and the blade ignites into golden fire, and the blazing orb of light begins to pour down into the sword, forming a giant blade. Sol Invictus! And as he brings the sword down towards this creature, he is going to put everything he fucking's got into it. Because fuck it. Let's go. Dice roll. I'm gonna say that's cool enough for a.
Let's go dice roll.
That's enough, though. That's enough. That's enough. That is enough because this is an unblockable attack. And this thing cannot dodge. So that will hit it because it cannot dodge and it cannot block. It does not have any defensive charms that allow it to block an unblockable attack. Because normally it doesn't need it. Normally it just doesn't
take damage.
Yeah, but
Hey,
the
Kurt?
thing is, yes.
Quit hitting yourself.
However, this charm will not be able to kill it. It can only drive it off. This is a creature of darkness, so it gets to reroll 1s and double 9s.
Did I hear drive it off?
Mm-hmm.
There's a car. Beep beep.
You can only use this once it's been set up. But this is a moment where, yes, the keystone, the keystone, the capstone, I can talk, I swear. The capstone invocation can buy a crap ton of time, even if it can only be used once. So let's see.
The Keystone Cop.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, as you see, what almost looks like the blade of the spear of the unconquered sun himself streak down. It cuts into this creature and proceeds to bisect it in half. However, unlike with your attack, Nevis, or with your attack, Cadus, this thing, its body is not being seared away like you guys did to it. Instead, rather, its body is being distorted and blasted and seared. However, it's not being eaten away, unlike with you guys. However, this thing looks very, very... It doesn't look happy being cut in half, as you see it start to move down, back into the giant hole it made. And you get the feeling like it's moving back to lick its wounds before it's going to come back up again. You have maybe an hour at most, you'd guess, before it would be able to regenerate and start chasing after you again. But you guys have a head start now. And
Well, I want to hit it more before it gets away.
You can.
sure, go ahead. Go ahead, Nevis.
Were you
And
trying a
back
pinning attack?
He is back at full power, so I'll let him use that power beforehand.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for it.
I have grasping pseudopod method.
Mm-hmm.
My note here is just tentacle grappling stuff.
I would suggest looking up the actual charm in the book.
Why?
Yeah.
Hi there, Eve.
Would Darcy be allowed to get a hit in as well? Or is
Do you have you can try to with the power you have built.
Yeah, I still got the 6 from the Solar Exalted, so
Yeah,
might as
I'll
well
let you.
use it. All right. Could I do many attack charm again?
No, not for this one.
Okay,
So
fair
with-
enough.
With this combined with Spirit Cutting Glance, commit 1 mote for the duration of a grapple. The Lunar may flurry miscellaneous actions while participating in a grapple with no dice penalty. They may use gambits, but not make any other, but may not make other attacks, even if they have a charm that would permit them to do so. So I guess it doesn't actually help with the. I guess that one doesn't actually help with the...
You can attempt to make a grapple gambit and grab hold of it so it cannot flee. But it will try to attack you if you do that on its turn.
Going for it.
So that will be a grapple gambit. So that's basically like a decisive attack, except it's going to have a special effect instead of damage.
Can I take on a really big form for this? Like a giant octopus?
Yeah.
Doing it.
I just figured like you would have like hundreds of tentacles sprout out to begin wrapping around and trying to bind this thing.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But big. So yeah, Nevis is just going to basically explode with a whole bunch of tentacles and start binding this thing as much as he can.
So you're going Kraken form.
Yes.
Yes, he's basically going Kraken. Unleash the Kraken!
What do you want me to roll?
In Exalted Essence, you gain legendary size, and with your many arms, you get double 9s on grapples.
Oh, cool.
Go for it.
What do I roll?
for it.
Close
This is
combat?
going to be a close combat. Yeah, this is going to be a close combat.
Okay.
And you have double 9s on this.
Six.
It has not had a chance to regenerate yet, so it's suffering major penalties. And it's actually facing a foe its size, so it cannot.
Woohoo!
Yeah, nope, you were able to get a hold of it, Nevis. It is grappled. It is grabbed by you. As it's trying. It's trying to shapeshift. It's trying to morph.
Every time it changes at all, another tentacle is there to grab onto the new part. The tentacles
But
are
not-
just squeezing tighter and tighter.
No, not just that, Nevis. Not just that.
Your tattoos.
Yes. As you wrap a hold of it, your tattoos begin to blaze. They recognize a being that should not be here. It's ancient enemy of the Exalted. It remembers. Your essence remembers. And your tattoos blaze. And this thing, every time it tries to shift, finds itself blocked.
This is a specific enemy of the Lunars.
Mm-hmm. As you have taken on a massive creature the size of it, and you are currently fighting with it every step of the way. its form was damaged. Its form was battered by having basically the sun itself cast down on it. And even then, you were only barely able to get a hold of it and to struggle to bind it before it could break free. You can hear it raging. You can hear it screaming in a million voices. Hate, rage, pain. It hates you, Nevis. It hates everything living, and it wants you all to die. It cannot shapeshift to regenerate right now. It's going to try to break free and completely whiff, I think. Nevis, you get to roll to maintain the grapple. That's going to be a close combat roll again.
Oh, stay mad.
I think I succeeded.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, you get to do damage to it.
4, 5, 6. One, two, three. $14 by my count?
Hang on. He's going to use that charm. I wasn't going to pull this card out because I was going to save it as a big surprise for the very end. But right now, I just feel like this is going to be the crowning moment of awesomeness for Nevis.
Hold up.
Yes?
Let me double check what this does. Nevis is going to use Cunning Anglerfish Decoy.
Okay, what's that do?
Commit 1 mote. The lunar plucks a hair, spits, sheds a scale, or in some way leaves a bit of themselves behind, which transforms into a convincing duplicate of themselves. This duplicate cannot take actions but can appear to, and can avoid attacks using the lunar's defense. If successfully struck, the duplicate vanishes. The first time they create any duplicates, the lunar may reflexively make an outmaneuver build power roll. The lunar may spend additional motes to summon additional duplicates at a rate of 2 per mote spent, up to a maximum of their essence plus 5 total duplicates. I also have the... Oh, but the upgrade's not going to matter right now. I have 2 motes, so I'm going to use both and have 3 duplicates. So, and all of them are going to, you know, be wrapping this thing up in tentacles. So good luck figuring out which of the thousands of tentacles are, you know, wrapping this thing up.
Noms.
What?
Noms.
Basically, it's mirror image.
Yes, it is.
I figured this might be helpful for whatever card you're going to pull out.
So, also for Nevis, you, out of the corner of your eye, you can see the armor the Solar was wearing, lion, as he said. You see it begin to change. And that bond you felt of protection, of devotion to creation, to fight, to not give up, you feel it strengthen, growing stronger, and blazing in you as you feel new strength suddenly flood into you. As the Solar's golden armor shifts and changes, and you see moon silver flowing over parts of it. The mane of the lion, the hands, the feet, the claws, and then streaks and lines of moon silver, almost like tattoos, moving up the golden lion's body. And
Exalted son.
Oh, I thought you were going to have the shadow creature pull out something. Okay.
I said this is going to be a Nevis crowning moment of awesome. And he's going to lift his hand up towards you, Nevis, as you see a brilliant sigil of a sun and moon form behind him, formed from both the essence of sunlight and the rays of the moon. Nevis, by the power of our bond, I order you, crush that thing with everything you've got and protect our creation. Nevis, please double nines and re-roll all those ones you rolled as you feel new energy flood through your body.
Kerr, Nevis is not a
Yes?
heroic spirit right now.
However, you are a lunar, and solars can't have a charm that actually does this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I already doubled nines on that roll.
Then it will move down to double eights.
Oh, cool.
You still get the reroll ones, though. Yes, solars have a charm that allows them to basically use the solar-lunar bond in order to amplify the other person. I believe the lunars also have a form of this charm as well, but it's more tied to protecting and knowing where the solar is at all times and keeping them like mentally safe and such as well. I have to double check the exacts for the lunar side of the charm.
Can I just say a lot? Okay. 2, 4, 6. By my count, 34.
Ow. That is painful. It cannot soak this because of that. So, Nevis, your tendrils, your tentacles begin to blaze with your essence and with this golden light intermingling, and this creature's screams become even louder. as you tighten and tighten and tighten, and where it of stone before, now it is the thing being dissolved as you are crushing the very life and existence out of it. And as your tentacles give one last pull, you rip basically everything outside of the poking out of the hole off and out, and then crush it as its whole body dissolves. You do see, however, some of the darkness that was still in the hole start slipping away and running, and you can hear it screaming, and you can hear its rage. Like, you heard it badly, severely, to the point where it could take a lot of time for it to regenerate and come back. But it's still alive, barely. And it's running. It's running from all of you.
Okay, snake form going after.
You would not be able to get through some of the crevices that
Ant
it is
form
able
for
to.
those ones.
They're literally not big enough unless for like a drop of water to get through, and you cannot turn into liquids.
Ants are teeny tiny, though.
Not small enough to get through these cracks.
Fine, I will become an amoeba.
You can't become an amoeba.
Even if you can, you couldn't keep up the same speed. And Kerr, Agnes.
Baby. Also, you can thank the wards of Githlemane for not getting instantly dissolved when this thing touched you. So thank Taldarius for not getting murdered.
Hooray.
But I have murder. See, he's right here. Pat, pat the burp.
And
We
then
have
silly
a-
thing that I was told. Something I never hear mentioned about cursed monkey paws is that when the final finger curls up, you are left with an angry monkey fist that proceeds to beat you to death.
So it's gone and escaped then?
For now.
Joke.
It's going to be, Nevis, you know without even thinking about it, this thing is going to be back. It's going to be after you. It just needs time to recover or to actually take a form, that's more suited to fighting things your size. And next time it's going to be ready for your little tricks. It knows you can hurt it now.
And next time you're going to have to tattoo it.
Where are you going to get the moon silver?
Nevis already has a supply of moon silver. He's been using it to tattoo his soldiers.
This is true. To be fair, how much you're going to need for this big of a thing?
I guess he's gonna have to have a talk with Luna.
Good luck finding Luna in a place like this.
Well, yeah, but he can just bring it from the other world. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a fight that happens later on. Actually, considering we're switching to Pathfinder at some point, might not ever happen, but you know.
Unless you bring Nevis to Pathfinder.
No, he wouldn't fit Pathfinder.
Are you sure?
I've got a brilliant plan. Step 1, throw orb at creature. That's my plan.
I'm sorry, but even though we have a forge, you still haven't learned how to make Pokeballs yet.
I'm alright.
Solar could technically do
I
Well, shall we call it? Or do you want to
think
keep
this is
going with something?
I think this is a good stopping point for right now, and we can wait for
Sarc?
yes.
Has Sark's unconscious body just been lying down near the entrance this whole time?
Who knows?
Yeah, he's been out cold right now. I figured that Ashford was watching over him.
Probably.
Don't worry, he's fine. He was just a little snack before the creature got to us.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for Ebon Sales Exalted.
As well.
Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue to bring these streams to you all. I seriously cannot do this without you guys. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around, as well as grabbing some merch over at zgfgaming.store, subscribing to our YouTube, or using our Humble Bundle partner link. And if you like the program that we were using tonight, Fantasy Grounds, we do have an affiliate link for that as well. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
See you later.
Bye.